Hello guys, my name is Andrew. Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. And just in case you're watching this from somewhere else, probably on LinkedIn, on Twitter, you're welcome as well. All right then. So guys, Postman, the super amazing API interaction tool we all know, right? Postman now has a VS Code extension. So this is Postman, and this is a Postman tab inside of VS Code. So guys, Postman now has a VS Code extension, which is super amazing. And in this video, I want to show you guys about the Postman VS Code extension. So guys, sit back and let me give you guys a tour of this awesome new extension inside of VS Code. I don't really know how new it is, probably about 3 months now. I don't know, but I've been using it for probably about a month now. And I guess a lot of people out there don't know about it. So I want to show you guys the Postman extension inside of VS Code. All right, guys. So here we are fully inside of the extension. Here is the icon for the extension. You can see it's Postman. So initially I was here, and coming over here, you get to see the full tab for the extension. So how do you get the extension? You get the extension just like every other VS Code extension. You go to VS Code, and then you search for the extension. Remember, please be careful to get the one with this verified icon. You can see over here it says this publisher has verified ownership of Postman. So search for Postman, and as you can see, you install it. I already have it installed. So once you install it, you get this icon, and then when you hit on the icon, I think the first thing you should see is a login button. Probably is a login or sign up. You get to see a prompt actually asking you, I think, is a login. So you follow that prompt, and then once you log in, it logs you into your Postman account, and then it automatically brings all your Postman collections. It basically brings your Postman account into VS Code. So going back to Postman, all of these collections that we have over what's Postman says, all of these collections we have over here they are. This is basically all of my Postman collections, but then inside of VS Code, this is super amazing, guys. This is super amazing. It's so convenient because you don't have to keep switching windows between VS Code and Postman. It's just so super convenient. So it's probably all of Postman, maybe even more, right? Probably all of Postman and probably even more, but then right here inside of VS Code. So Postman is just awesome. This is an awesome improvement from Postman. I'm going to show you guys through the extension. I'm going to give you guys a walkthrough quickly. Initially, before this extension came, I guess most backend engineers and front-end developers who interact with APIs in VS Code, we basically depended on Thunder Client, right? But now Postman is here with us inside of VS Code, and this is awesome. So let me give you guys a walkthrough of the features. I mean, before the main features, I just want to tell you guys some things I like. So basically, I like the interface. It's just so cool. It's simple to use. It's straightforward. But I bet you when you get into this extension, you're going to find your way easily. The interface is just straightforward. You can toggle your view on this side. You can make it vast. You can stack them horizontally. You can stack them vertically. So I just like this, especially the simplicity of getting this view. Yeah, the simplicity of getting this view. If you want to do that inside of Postman, I think I don't really know if there's a shortcut for it, but you have to come here first and you hit view, and then you come to toggle to before you get this option, right? I'm coming. Let me go back, and yeah, you can see I toggled it back to this option. Let me toggle it back to that other option, right? So you basically have to go through that long journey. I don't know if there's a shortcut actually, but then you can see how easy it is right inside of VS Code. So I just kind of love the extension more. I hardly open the Postman client nowadays. I mean, the Postman application, I hardly open it nowadays because I've got basically all of Postman inside of VS Code. I don't know if it's all actually, but I've got so much here. All right, guys. So let me give you guys a full walkthrough of the interface as much as I can. So here we are. You have the workspaces over here. You can create the workspace, and then over here you have your collections. Yeah, your Postman collections, and then over here you have this tab for creating variables, environmental variables. I don't like creating environmental variables. I just use the globals, right? So basically you have your global variables that you can use inside of any of your requests. It's loading. So this is actually one problem I have with the Postman extension. It's kind of more network dependent than Thunder client. So guys, don't forget to like the video, hit subscribe, and opt in for notifications. That's if you're on YouTube, right? Because I'm going to be releasing more awesome content than this one, right? I'm going to be showing you guys more valuable stuffs. So basically, I think Postman is more network dependent than Thunder Client, so that makes it slower. So I mean, I tend to want to go back to Thunder Client when I have little time in my hands. So if you need speed, if you need to make quick requests, I think you should use Thunder Client. instead of Postman. So you should still have turn the client around, right? So basically, this is the variables tab. I I have all of my variables, and then I can create new variable, of course. So let me just call it showcase, right? Showcase underscore base, right? Showcase. Let me call it showcase base, right? And then let's just call it HTTP localhost 3001, right? Slash, this is 30,001. I want 3001 slash API. And then over here as well, we have the same thing. And then you can hit Control S, right? You can just hit Control S and then it saves, or you can equally use the save button up here. So basically, this is me creating a variable inside of Postman API. And this variable is going to show right inside of your Postman client when you open it, because the accounts are basically connected, right? So when you check your variables here, let me check out my variables, right? My global variables, you can see here, it's already here, showcase base. So this is just so awesome how the two accounts are interconnected. Anything you do here, it's basically connected to the network. So the API supplies all of your account details from VS Code, supplies to the Postman client, and everything is just synchronized in a way that is beautiful. So this is variables. You can create workspaces, and then you can, this is your collections over here. You can create variables, and then you can check out your history, right? You can check out your request history, okay? And then going back to collections, these are my collections. Right over here, you can make different types of requests, right? You can make an HTTP request, you can make a WebSocket request, or a gRPC request. So you can make different types of requests. Just select the type of request you want to make, and then you'll be good. So coming over to one of these collections, let's make some requests. Let's play around. So you can see here, I have my collection here, and all of these are saved. So let's make a request to let me see. Let me check out this one. It's fresh. Yeah, so as you can see, it kind of takes time depending on how fast your network is, right? So I still recommend using Thunder Client if you want speed, right? So going back to Postman, let's make a request. So you can see I'm using a variable, right? I'm using a variable, and then I'm hitting the endpoint, and you can see it's already giving us a response, and this is just beautiful, right? The response is loading, and here we have the response. Let me toggle the view. You can see my response have arrived. So this is basically how you make requests. Let me copy this out and show you guys how to create collections. So let me take this to a new HTTP request so I can show you guys how creating collections work inside of Postman. Right, so you can see that delay process is kind of frustrating. That's one reason why I prefer Thunder Client to an extent. So I've pasted this. Let's make a fresh request here. So I'm making a fresh request so I can show you guys how to create collections. Right, so our response is ready. I can now create the collection. You know, it's a fresh request. So when I hit Control S, it brings up this pop-up where I can save my collections. Right, so I can basically name it. Right, let me say get all profiles underscore test, and then you select which collection you want to save it to. If you want to save it to a new collection, you create collection and then you follow the process. So let me just save it to this collection. You can see get all profiles underscore test. There's nothing like that here, right? Let's scroll. There's nothing like that here. So get all profiles underscore test. So let me select this collection. You can see this button becomes active. I hit save, and then you're going to see it's going to show up under this. It's here, right? I guess it's I saved it here, right? So let's see. You can see it gets all profiles test. So I successfully added a request to a collection, and I showed you guys how to create a new collection. I showed you guys the option up there as well. So if you wanted a new collection, go ahead, create a new one and save this request in that collection. That's how awesome and beautiful this extension is, guys. Alright guys, so I guess that's going to be all for this video. Check out the extension of VS Code, search it out, install it and explore it. I believe you're going to have a great time using Postman right inside of VS Code, right? So this is just beautiful. I like this improvement and I believe you love it as well. If you've not been using it already, you really need to check it out. If you want awesome content like this, please remember to follow me whether on LinkedIn or Twitter, wherever you're watching this video. If you're watching it on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, opt in for notifications, and you're going to get more awesome content. So I'm going to make a comparison video between Thunder Client and Postman. I'm going to share my experiences using them, and I'm also going to make a special video on Thunder Client as well. So you guys should follow me, more awesome content. I mean, awesome stuffs coming in this channel, and wherever you might be watching this video from, I'm going to be posting awesome stuffs on other platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter from time to time, but then YouTube is going to be the main base. So guys, check out my YouTube channel. It's called ZX, right? This is the YouTube channel. It's called ZX. Subscribe, and awesome contents are going to be coming your way, right? So you can check out my next gestating series as well. It's an awesome series where I'm teaching next gestating, and inside of this tutorial series as well, you can check out my next gestating course. It's over 5 hours long. awesome content on this channel, guys. So that's it for this video, guys. Bye bye. See you in subsequent videos. Love you guys.